people. You're so feminine and pretty. Yeah, just spread your legs so much.
I finished reading Paper Towns a while ago, and it was the only John Green book that I hadn't read so far.
It's my favorite. It's my copy.
It is now my favorite book by John Green because it is so good.
It's so perfectly made.
But Ben is just like...
But, see, Ben, he's so oblivious.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it better.
Yeah, I know. He's selfish. But, I mean, he comes through in the end. Sort of. He pees a lot, so I relate to him. But, I mean, he is a good soul. He's just so caught up in himself that sometimes it's hard to tell. I think.
He's real. I can see people actually being like that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've never actually met someone so totally absorbed with themselves.
Yeah.
But I, at the end, was kind of sad, honestly.
Yeah. And you don't know for sure what's gonna happen, which is good, I think.
Yeah, you don't know if he decided to go with Margot or not.
Yeah, they kissed, and then he's, his vision of her has been completely turned around, and now it's like, oh my god, she's actually a human, and not just this manic pixie dream girl that I had in my head.
Well, it's all about trying to see things from someone else's perspective, and, see them as being real.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching a John Green, he was talking about it, and it was, everybody sees Margot as a reflection of themselves. As some distorted reflection. They don't see her as what she actually is. It's just what they want her to be. It's not my fault my parents have the largest collection of blank statements.
Without Omnictionary, that they wouldn't have been able to solve anything.
Omnictionary was a very good plot point. I need to start picking up on these plot points earlier and being like, they mentioned this a lot, this is going to be important.
Well, sometimes they mention a lot, but it doesn't end up being important.
It's just a thing?
Yeah, sometimes.
But John Green is better than that.
There are really good authors that mention stuff a bunch and don't.
Oh yeah, but with John Green and stuff, it's if you mention something, you know it's gonna come back.
Maybe.
Like the cigarettes. When Augustus goes in Fault in Their Stars, and he has the cigarettes and he loves them, and then when he's, later in the book, and he goes off to try and buy them by himself, and that scene, that horrible, heart-wrenching, beautiful scene in the car. Oh.
And then you know that she died a little while after that.
Well, you don't. Oh, it's probably. You don't.
It's pretty much.
You don't know how long
it's
she had.
It's inferred that she died pretty soon after that.
The thing about it is that you have. It starts with Hazel, and it starts off with Hazel being the sick one, and Augustus is all like, "Lad, happy. I'm just gonna go and be this wonderful dreamboat of a boy, and everybody's going to fall in love with me." And he's the healthy one. And then you're focused on Hazel, but then all of a sudden it turns. All of a sudden, Hazel's sickness doesn't seem as important as Augustus's, because his is moving so fast. So then you forget that, Hazel's still dying, because you're so focused on Augustus. At least that was me. It's like...
The point is that he knew he didn't have that much time left.
Oh yeah.
But he wouldn't let it show so that
anything.
People, so that everyone wouldn't spend their time worrying about him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't, at the beginning of the book, he didn't know, but then he went to the doctor and he lit up. Yeah. That's when he knew.
I just really love John Green's books.
Yeah.
Because he writes about stuff that people don't tend to think about.
Yeah.
But when they do, they find,
you find that it's really relatable. They're the really good stories that maybe you get once or twice in a lifetime, but the characters are so real that it makes it easier to believe.
Tell us about Moreau. Because
we're going back to this?
Yes, because we didn't get to ask them last time. So now we need to ask them because we're talking about books.
We have 3 subscribers and one of them is you.
Actually we have 4 subscribers. Thank you very much.
I need to check.
We're so popular.
Thank you, by the way. I don't know why you're watching this, but I appreciate it.
Did she give up, Tom?
Yeah.
Or did she die?
Jenny, this doesn't apply to you because you hate Harry Potter, but anybody else?